Supreme Court asked to rule quickly on whether Trump can be prosecuted. Special counsel Jack Smith on Monday asked the Supreme Court to take up and rule quickly on whether former President Donald Trump can be prosecuted on charges he plotted to overturn the 2020 election results. A federal judge ruled the case could go forward, but Trump, 2024 Republican presidential primary frontrunner, signaled he would ask the federal appeals court in Washington to reverse that outcome. Smith is attempting to bypass the appeals court. The request filed Monday for the Supreme Court to take up the matter directly reflects Smith's desire to keep the trial, currently set for March 4, on track and to prevent any delays that could push back the case until after next year's presidential election. This case presents a fundamental question at the heart of our democracy: whether a former president is absolutely immune from federal prosecution for crimes committed while in office or is constitutionally protected from federal prosecution when he has been impeached but not convicted before the criminal proceedings begin, prosecutors wrote. The earliest the court would consider the appeal would be January 5, 2024, the date of the justice's next scheduled private conference. Underscoring the urgency for prosecutors in securing a quick resolution that can push the case forward, they wrote, "It is of imperative public importance that respondents' claims of immunity be resolved by this court and that respondent's trial proceed as promptly as possible if his claim of immunity is rejected." At issue is a December 1 ruling from U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan that rejected arguments by Trump's lawyers that he was immune from federal prosecution. Defendant may be subject to federal investigation, indictment, prosecution, conviction, and punishment for any criminal acts undertaken while in office. If the justices get involved, they would have an opportunity to rule for the first time ever on whether ex-presidents enjoy immunity from prosecution. Justice Department policy prohibits the indictment of a sitting president. Smith's team stressed that if the court did not expedite the matter, there would not be an opportunity to consider and resolve the question in the current term. Prosecutors are also asking the court to take up Trump's claim, also already rejected by Chutkan, that he cannot be prosecuted in court for conduct for which he was already impeached and acquitted before Congress. Trump faces charges accusing him of working to overturn the results of the 2020 election he lost to Democrat Joe Biden before the violent riot by his supporters at the U.S. Capitol. He has denied any wrongdoing. A Supreme Court case usually lasts several months, from the time the justices agree to hear it until a final decision. Smith is asking the court to move with unusual, but not unprecedented, speed.